Thanks, Jeff, and the Unity Band. Yeah. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. Well, I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather, fa la 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 la.
Awesome. Good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Lansing. And I'm Reverend Sharon Ketchum. Hello to you online. And I am just in awe at the beautiful decorations that are up here. So thank you to our decorating team and everybody who helped last week after our potluck. Just took my breath away this morning. And watch, there'll be some deer come along, so we have 3D here, right? Also, speaking of thank you to everybody that helped with the potluck last week. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner here. It was just a true joy. If you're with us for the first time, I think we got everybody here. I know everybody here. You've been with us before and you came back, which is even better. Okay. Of course, remember, we are a prayer ministry, so whatever's going on in your life, whether it be concern or something that you're celebrating, we have a prayer box over there. Our wonderful prayer team will pray with you for 30 days, and then we send it to Silent Unity for an additional day, 30 days of prayer. So there's a great depth in knowing that you're not alone no matter what it is that you're going through. You are supported. Let's affirm our mission statement together. We spiritually awaken to our oneness with God, with each other, and with all creation. And this comes out of that vision we hold, seeing a world powerfully transformed with this growing movement of a shared spirituality as opposed to this way or that way. It's about sharing and honoring each other, whatever path we're on or wherever we are on that path. So let us affirm these many different paths to God together. The enlightenment of the Buddha shines within us. The compassion of the Christ moves through us. The power of Jehovah strengthens and guards us. The presence of Allah surrounds and guides us. Wherever we are, the Tao is, and all is God. And to set the tone for the season, take it away, Greg.
All right.
And Jeff.
These are the gifts of the season, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the season, are you ready to receive all the gifts of the season? Love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the season, are you ready to receive? Love, are you ready? Joy. The gifts of the season, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the season, are him ready to receive all the gifts of the season, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the season, I am ready to receive. Love, I am ready.
That's a good setup for the holiday season. We'll take a few moments to pray for our neighbors around the world, and of course, blessings on the Israel-Lebanon ceasefire. We see that holding and evolving into more peace in the region. And we certainly hold all those in our hearts that are struggling in Ukraine and Gaza and now Syria with what's going on over there. So lots of things to treat tenderly in this season. I also wanted to share with you some of the wonderful stories that came out of Thanksgiving. You may remember earlier in the year, North Carolina got really hit with hurricanes down there. And there's a lot of people still in recovery. You know, after the storm hits, we kind of go on from it, but recovering takes a while. In this Operation Thanksgiving, this guy really wanted to make sure people had Thanksgiving turkeys, and he was ready to feed 1,000 people. Other people heard about it. They fed 5,000 people down there. Yeah. He had barbecues out there with turkeys on it, and they had the whole bit. And, you know, just when you see those acts of kindness, my brother down in Pennsylvania, he went back to his previous church. They'd moved a little ways away, but back in 13 years ago, him and his wife had started a Thanksgiving dinner. There were 60 people that came for those that were alone or were homeless, whatever. He went back this year, and now they're feeding about 300 people, this little town in Pennsylvania. So there were special Thanksgiving dinners just all over. Yeah. Just warms your heart, doesn't it? Just people, just because they can. That's the only reason they do it. Just because they can. They can love that way. Another story, speaking of Thanksgiving, Jakob is this German shepherd up there in the picture. And in 2001, him and the staff sergeant were in Iraq for 9 months. They get really close. They even sleep together when they're out on there. So they're very close. And when they came back stateside, the shepherd got assigned to a different fort than the sergeant. And he was so distraught. He finally stopped working. He was no longer working. So the staff sergeant put in a request to have the dog retire, and they returned him to him. And that's when they first met. Oh, yeah, boy, this is a choke-up season, right? Also, today is December 1st. It's World AIDS Day. And there's a prayer that many of us are sharing in the churches, so I just invite you to close your eyes and open your hearts, for this is the disease that still continues all around the world. God, open our eyes to the systems around us that oppress, hold down, and disadvantage the most vulnerable in our society, so that we may increase and abound in our love for one another and for all people. God, open our ears to the myths, stereotypes, and lies that keep these systems going, so that we may increase and abound in our love for one another and for all people. God, open our mouths to challenging conversations about race, sex, and differences, so that we may increase and abound in our love for one another and for all people. And God, on this day, open our hearts to the understanding that we are all affected by HIV/AIDS, so that we may increase and abound in our love for one another and for all people. And in this prayer, we include all those that we mentioned before us, those still warm in the celebration of a shared Thanksgiving, those that are in war-torn countries, those that sit in uncertainty. Let us open our hearts that we may truly love one another. And so it is. Amen. And it's December 1st, so there's birthdays. Any birthday people here? Oh, Nick! I think that's so appropriate that Nick has a... Do you want to come up so we can sing? Yeah. You good on the stairs? Yeah, well, so you get to pick a card. How do you like this? You have to pick your own, any card. Pick any card. I'll tell you what it is. There you go. You got it. Okay, let's sing happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you're wonderful. Happy birthday to
A little talking at the table. What do you fear most over the holidays? What do you fear most maybe about the holidays? You will notice that the booklet that came out from Unity is Fear Not. Oh, be not afraid. Be not afraid. But so what do you fear most about the holidays?
Gosh, that's a good one. I don't usually find myself afraid of much anymore, but for me it would be probably bad weather with travel.
Sure.
Because that can mess up plans pretty easily. So I guess that would be my answer. How about you?
I get afraid I'm going to forget somebody inadvertently, that I'm with family. There's a couple family members that are sensitive. That try as I might, that I'm going to say the wrong thing. And I'll wear it till next Christmas.
Yep.
And I used to be afraid that I would break one of those family things that are heirlooms.
Oh, the heirlooms.
Yes,
Yeah. That's a lot of
the
anxiety,
crystal,
though.
I know.
It can rob you of the.
I realized I was raised. I don't know where I got it. Nobody told me, but it was supposed to be perfect.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have depression over the holidays too.
Well, short sunlight days.
Yep. And maybe people that don't live around family.
Yeah.
Find themselves alone.
Yeah.
But I'm blessed. I don't have those issues. Well.
And you still got your mom with you.
Yeah.
And the girls are still close. I know one of mine's half a world away.
Yeah. I'm still close with them. So I don't really have much to fear for myself.
The travel one's a good one.
Yeah. That's just what came to mind.
And I recognize, even as getting older, bringing all the stuff up from the basement.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I still do that.
Yeah, and
I still want to do that.
That's a tripping hazard, right?
Yeah.
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 Shall we sing?
It is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10, glistening once again, with candy canes and silver lanes that glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. It's the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. Sure, it's Christmas time once more. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Greg Denning. Besides leading congregational singing, I'm also the facilitator of the tech team. Our daily word is hope and faith. Inspired by Paul's letter to the Colossians, to them God chose to make known how great among the Gentiles are the riches of the glory of this mystery, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. As Advent beings, we welcome the opportunity to reflect more deeply on what we hope for and what we affirm for our lives. Hope is a seed, a possibility. Our divine faculty of imagination allows the seed of hope to sprout. Nurtured by faith, the seed takes root and grows from I hope to I believe. We may have once hoped God would help us. Now we have faith that through the Christ within, we can help ourselves. We may have once hoped for the life of our dreams. Now we have faith we can create the life we want through the power of our feelings and thoughts. I believe. We mindfully use these words at the start of our Advent journey and beyond. So let us affirm together, inspired by hope and assured by faith, I begin my Advent journey. As I mentioned, I have the privilege of serving as the facilitator of our tech team. Today's ministry employs a lot of technology. Everything from this live broadcast we do each Sunday to computers for day-to-day operation. On Sundays alone, we begin with Sunday Adult Learning Time, which is available in person and on Zoom. Then, for Sunday service, we have computers for the PowerPoint slides, an audio board for sound, video cameras to capture the service so we can live stream to friends wherever they are. Our team meets when needed. Much of the activity happens where it is needed. This team acts as the troubleshooters and trainers for much of our technology. And speaking of training, anybody that's interested in video is welcome to join Michael for some training on the video. We can always use backups. If you are interested in technology and would like to join our team, just talk to me, and we will find the right and perfect useful space for you. You don't need to know a lot about technology to help out. So now it's my pleasure to welcome back Matt Callahan for his wonderful music.
With all the strength of a hurricane, you could have come like a forest fire, with the power of heaven in your flame. But you came like a winter snow, quiet and soft and slow, falling from the sky in the night to the earth below. You could have swept in like a tidal wave, or an ocean to ravish our hearts. You could have come through like a roaring flood to wipe away the things we've scarred. Oh, but you came like a winter snow. You were quiet, you were soft and slow, falling from the sky in the night to the earth below. Oh no, your voice wasn't in a bush burning. No, your voice wasn't in a rushing wind. It was still, it was small, It was hidden. Oh, you came like a winter snow, quiet and soft and slow, falling from the sky in the night to the earth below. Oh yeah, you came falling from the sky in the night to the earth below.
That was lovely, mellow. Yeah. First of all, I want to commend all of you for braving 19 degrees or whatever it was when you left the house this morning. It seemed like just yesterday. Well, I'll tell you how much it's just like yesterday, because we've had some warm weather here, and 2 people left winter coats here. Tyson will remind you at the end. How do you leave a winter coat here? Well, because you get up in the morning, a little chill, and then the sun comes up. Oh, so Christmas, Advent. This is the shortest span between Thanksgiving and Christmas that we can have. So if it seems like Christmas is coming really fast, you're right. It's not an illusion this year. It is coming much faster than normally expect. So I'm thinking as we're approaching the season, we're stepping into it today. This is the official start. What's behind this door of Christmas for us? And we all know the Christmas story. And we all have traditions in our families, or even culturally we have traditions. And it's one of those strange things, though, that though it's kind of rote, there's also those unexpected things that happen each Christmas for us that kind of stick in our memory. Like, you may not remember every Christmas, but there are ones that stick out. Yeah. I'm laughing because the one that sticks out for me, when I was 12, ladies, remember garter belts? And guys, you may not appreciate this, but they had long strings to hold up your stockings, and then they would turn in, so they were always wrinkled around your knees. And I just, as a 12-year-old, it was just the most uncomfortable thing. So my mother got me this present, and she took me aside to open it someplace else. It was a little pink and white little girl's girdle. All the stockings. Anyway, see that all these years later, I still remember that. So what's behind the door of your Christmas experience? And I've been kind of, you know how a book keeps coming up to you, or a phrase keeps coming up to you, and it was Original Blessing by Matthew Fox. And near the beginning of the book, he starts out sharing this question. Eric Fromm, who's a psychoanalyst, he was on his deathbed. And here's the question that he asked. Why is it that the human race prefers necrophilia instead of biophilia? If you're not into Latin, basically, why do humans love death more than they love life? And you go, well, really? Why would he say that? Well, if you think about it, we put so much effort into destruction, war, so much money, protection, safety. Think about how we talk about missiles versus how we talk about something that we're celebrating. Think about the difference between power over or power with. You know, we see even in the world right now, like these organizations, United Nations, the real effort it takes to keep this a cohesive group of people, because we all have different needs. The countries have different needs, different economic statuses. That's why it was such a milestone that they actually were able to come to an agreement on climate change and how the richer companies would help the poorer countries through this. Not everybody's happy about it, which means it's probably a good agreement. Right? That's a good one. Nobody's too happy about it. And this whole attitude culturally of us really has seeped into our faith communities. And so much of faith communities are based on redemption, that we're somehow broken less than, and we need to be redeemed. We need to be saved, if you will. Versus this idea of a faith community based on the idea of creation, that life is always creating, that we are co-creating. This whole idea that there is a power within us that is ongoing, that is forever expanding, that it wasn't 7 days of creation and God went on a fishing trip or something, that this whole concept of creation is without end. It's totally an eternal process. So behind the Christmas door, I was thinking this year, I thought it might be interesting to look at this concept of an original blessing. It's really about becoming mindful of how we do Christmas, of whatever that might mean to us, whatever our traditions are. Even if it's the same thing we've done every year, but this year being a little bit more mindful about it. What is it that we are doing? And I was thinking, it struck me, it's like we really have Alzheimer's when it comes to the truth of who we are as spiritual beings. We forget it, and we forget it, and we forget it, and we forget it. You know, I could tattoo it on my arm, and I would still probably forget it, that there's a divinity within me, that I am part of the whole, the oneness. So maybe being mindful through this Christmas journey, you know, as we go through the door today might make a difference. So this is the start of Advent. Advent is 40 days. And in the 40 days, it starts today, and it actually doesn't end at the 24th. It goes on until January 6th, sometimes called the Epiphany. The Epiphany. We all like to have epiphanies, you know, if you will. So from the anticipation all the way through the birth and then into the final steps. It's just this wonderful journey. Of course, 40 just means as long as it takes. It's a common phrase we use in the Bible. So I was thinking about, we had Thanksgiving dinner. Here's a picture of Thanksgiving dinner back in the early 50s. You may recognize some of the silverware and tableware and the food stuff on there. And I was thinking about when we're kids and we're growing up, and we go to Thanksgiving dinner, we're the guest. Like, we're told where to sit and things are brought to us. We might help out a little bit. But basically, there's somebody doing all this stuff, and we get to be the guest and enjoy it. And it's a delightful experience. And then we grow up, and we become the creator of the experience, right? We decide, Facebook, all the family traditions up there, there's one that's a cake decorating. They do gingerbread cakes. They made 40 this year. And then another one, they do pancakes into different shapes, and then they put them on Facebook, and we vote. There was 132 votes this year for the greatest pancake, everything from a 9-year-old who poured the batter in to, you know, more artistic ones. So as we come to Christmas, I think it's the same way. When we open that door, walk into the Christmas experience, are we going to do it as a guest, or are we going to do it as a creator? Guess who has the power? When we're creating it, we get to lay out a lot of really great stuff there. And then I was thinking, where really does the Christmas story begin? You know, we tell the Christmas story, the nativity story year after, you know, it's been going on for decades and eons, retelling this beautiful, beautiful story of a child's birth. So does it really begin with Joachim and Anne's immaculate conception of Mary? And if you're not Catholic, but you've heard of the term immaculate conception, it's not Jesus, it's actually Mary's conception that was immaculate. So is that where the story begins? And this part isn't even in the Bible. You know, a lot of our stories, we add to it culturally. You'd be surprised if you read through what parts of our story are not in there. Or does it start with Elizabeth and Zachariah's conception of John the Baptist? Before Mary is sharing that she's pregnant, her cousin Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant with John the Baptist, and his father is Zachariah. He was a high priest. So maybe it doesn't begin until Mary's conception, supposedly through the Holy Spirit, and Joseph being afraid because she's his betrothed, and this isn't a proper thing to do in the Jewish community. Or maybe it's King Herod's census. He's afraid. He's heard the fortune tellers, the wise men with him had told him there's going to be a new king born. Is that the beginning of the story? Fear starts creeping into these stories. And does it begin with fear? Does the Christmas story begin with fear? Well, Gandhi said, what is gained through fear lasts only while the fear lasts. So I think maybe behind that door, if we do have any fears connected to this holiday season, that maybe this is a time to overcome that fear and see what comes next. But where do these fears come from? Like I said, the booklet this year is Be Not Afraid. Well, you wouldn't tell people that if they weren't feeling afraid. So we have whatever those fears might be. Might be fears of being emotional. Might be, I don't know. We all have our own in there. So if you look at the Gospels, in the Gospel of Mark, we don't have a birth story. It begins with John the Baptist, and there's no fear at all. Pretty easygoing. They baptized Jesus, and that's the beginning of the story. Then you get into Luke, and the angel is talking to Joseph, and he says to him, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah. Do not be afraid." And Zechariah is afraid because they're a little bit elderly, not as old as Abraham and Sarah, but they're up there in years, and now he's conceived, and he's being told what his son should be called and everything, and he's kind of afraid. He's in the inner sanctum of the temple. And because basically he says to the angel, "Are you kidding me?" And the angel decided, "Okay, you doubt the word of God, I'm going to take away your voice." So it was his turn to go out and give the blessing. He walks out on the balcony and he has no voice. It's all gone. So boy, talk about giving our power away, right? All these little stories have little insights that we can glean from. So already you got it. Zechariah was afraid. He was afraid of the good, the very thing he wanted, coming to him, and doubted that it was really going to happen. And in that doubt, he lost his fear until he came to terms with it. And in the Gospel of Matthew, Joseph is afraid. And the angel says to him, "Don't be afraid to go ahead. Mary, all will be well." A lot of fears in these stories. So I think behind our Christmas door, really, for each of us, is that Shiro's journey, that hero's journey. That it takes a lot of bravery to go through this season. There's a lot of gala and hoopla, but the personal experience is a very tender one that really can invite us to be on our growing edge, to take that risk, to do those really courageous things, becoming fearing less, whatever it might be that we fear, to be unafraid, just letting go of that fear and finding within us that bravery, that daringness, that confidence, that impetus that just carries us forward to just open that door and march bravely through. So the Christmas journey, and I was looking at this original blessing book, Matthew Fox talks about 4 paths to the idea of oneness, to the idea of finding ourselves as that original blessing, which is the truth of our being. And basically the 4 paths are, the first one is via positiva. This is kind of a bilingual service. We'll have a little Latin and a little English. And this step, he calls it befriending creation. I might call it hope. Creation, we know that things are going to change, they're going to evolve. That's our hope. And he also talks about tasting the beauty and cosmic depths of creation. When the Quest class, we were out at the planetarium a couple weeks ago, we were all in awe as the camera, or whatever does the ceiling there, took us way, way out into the universe. And you see our planet, and then you see the solar system, and you feel, okay, I kind of know about that. But then as it goes out to the Milky Way and beyond the Milky Way, and you see all these galaxies, until you finally get out to the edge of the universe. And if you don't feel the beauty and the awesomeness of the cosmos in that point, at that point, they say there's no atheist in foxholes. I don't think there's any atheist at the edge of the universe. How could you not realize there was something intelligent, whatever you want to call it, bringing us all together, this creation that's going on? And after we do the via positiva, then the via negativa. Oh, negativa at Christmas, are you kidding me? That's how we learn peace. We know we have peace because we've had unpeace. We know what we don't want and where we want to go. Also, if you think about the Christmas story, a lot of it happens at night. The really brilliant stuff happens at night, right? Then after that, the via creativa, befriending the creativity of our divinity, acknowledging that there is an impulse, a creative impulse within us. And we would call this, in Advent, we call it love. Isn't that really our creative divinity, our ability, not just ability to love, but our compulsion to love? We want to love one another. We want to connect, whether it be with one of those birds out there in the snow or with our neighbor next door. And then finally, via transformativa, befriending and celebrating the new creation, because we're always creating things anew, and that ties in beautifully with joy for Advent. So, before we go on this beautiful path, just acknowledging this concept that is so pervasive of original sin. If there's a concept of original sin that goes hand in hand with original guilt. Original sin was made up. in the 1500s. I don't know why they decided this should be a cornerstone of the church. It was during the Catholic Church's Reformation. Somebody had an idea. Maybe they slept bad that night. Or obviously, shorter days, maybe going through a depression on this. And so they came up with this concept, and I truly, truly do not know why they would think about this, because up to this point, there was no talk of original sin. There was no talk of mankind, humankind, being born blemished, and broken, and they needed to do something to pull themselves out of the hole. So think about it. If we're feeling guilty, we don't feel very lovable. If we're feeling guilty, we want to, I don't know about you, covers under the bed, face down in the pillow. I mean, we just do not feel lovable. We don't feel expansive. We don't feel creative at all. We just feel kind of small. In the important places, too, pretty small. But in truth, if you look at the common theology of all the different faith communities, when they talk about sin, the idea of sin, the only sin is an idea of separation. And sin, we know, is an archery term, which simply means missing the mark. If your arrow, you shoot towards the target and it goes over here, it's sin left. Or over there, it's sinned right. So the only error that we can make is when we think we're separate. We think there's dualism. And we live in a relative world, so we step into this quite a few times. We have here and there, hot and cold, good and bad. I mean, it's one of our favorite things to do, is to compare one thing to another in the relative world. There's otherisms. It's us and the others. That is the only concept of missing the mark, of making that error. And in Matthew Fox's book on Via Positiva, he talks about sin as injuring creation. Isn't that, wow? That when we think there's separation, when we think that we're not part of the creative story and the creative power, we're injuring creation and we're breaking up the harmony. We're kind of a wrong note in the middle of this universal symphony that's playing. Really turning what's beautiful into something that's ugly, because it's the illusion of brokenness, if you will. So in creation, there's 10 themes that Matthew Fox goes on about, all those kinds of things you'd expect to be in creation. The idea of harmony, the idea of pantheism, the God in everything, every animal, every inanimate object, that there's a royalty, a kingdomness about it. I love it when he talks about cosmic hospitality. And even the idea of incarnation, that life is continuous, that life is infinite and eternal. Basically, creativity is understanding that this force that we call God is creating good energy. And I don't know about you, but I still remember from Sunday school, there was that sense of punishment by this thing called God. Which, boy, does that ever break up the harmony? Can you feel the difference? That's not part of the Via Positiva. To think that love would cause something painful to happen. So understanding that this energy, this oneness, is always creating good. We may not see it in the moment, but that is where it's heading. That's the direction it's heading, which is basically unity's first principle. We say there's only one power and one presence in the universe, God the good. This is omniscience, all knowledge, all knowing. Omnipresence, everything that exists is God. Omnipotence, all knowledge. Not that God is all knowing, but that God is all knowledge. So there's a difference there. There's a growth there in understanding, not a being holding all these characteristics. I'm the most powerful, I'm the most knowing, most wise. No, it's knowing that all knowledge that we all share, that is God, that all power, all the power of the universe is all God. Everything present is God. Or as Butterworth says, the circle whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is nowhere. That's a fun one to go around in your mind. Circle whose center is everywhere and circumference is nowhere. And the idea of creation is so miraculous. And I like numbers. I like to play with numbers. But here's some things about the extravagance of nature itself, which is always creating. It never stops creating. Did you know rye that in 4 months, look at this, grows 378 miles of roots and has 14 billion hairs? A rye plant. I mean, I had no idea how extravagant nature was. And even babies, in 9 months, they go from 2 cells to 26 trillion. Trillion. We get to be an adult, we have about 36 trillion. So we do most of our work in the first 9 months, right? Yeah, I mean, these are astronomical figures. It just shows us the abundance of this universe, the continuing creative force, because these are all in life cycles that keep not just repeating, but it's like a spiral, repeating and growing to a higher level of consciousness, a greater understanding, a greater expression of love. Very often we like to remodel nature. We think we know better. You know, we replant forests with faster growing trees that don't have the deep roots or whatever. But in the book it says, when we fail to fall in love with life, we fall in love with things. And I think for me, behind my Christmas door this year is that feeling, what can I do to fall in love with life? I love life, but can I fall in love with it more? Can I want to take life out on a date or a walk or something, but have that really active sense of loving life for all that it's worth? Part of this creativity, to be a positiva, of creativity, is the holiness of cosmic hospitality. Are you aware right now how much the universe is welcoming you to be here in this moment? How much the universe welcomed you in your bed this morning as you got up. Wow, they're awake. The creation keeps beginning and growing. Meister Eckhart said, in this life, we are to become heaven so that God might find a home here. I hope I'm piquing some interest on other things with Christmas. One of the characters that we only hear briefly is the innkeeper, with Mary and Joseph. She's about ready to give birth, and they're looking for a room, and he says, there's no room here at the inn. Not enough room at the inn. And of all the things that are going on, as I started thinking about the Christmas season, this character kept popping up to me also. What good have we crowded out of our own lives that we said we don't have enough room for? That we didn't have enough time, we didn't have enough energy. What have we said there is no more room in me to do this? Simply because of the choices we make, and we can always choose again. The idea of not enough is only an illusion. It's how we distribute those resources that are us. It's really when we think we don't have those things to bring in more good. It's that we haven't fallen in love with life yet. Not that we have to work our fingers to the bone type of thing and get crazy, busy, but it's about resetting where we're investing our energy, what we're doing. So what will be behind your Christmas door as it unfolds this year? You look at the decorations, and boy, they were up before Thanksgiving this year. It was just wonderful. I love looking at the lights at night. Doesn't it bring you like a warmth? I mean, I think we all kind of feel that universally. There's just, I don't care what faith you are, it's just something about light in the darkness, and it's cold, and it just looks like warmth. We all want to do that path of beauty and love and peace. And some people may choose that path of perfection, that every decoration is perfect in the right place. It's just the greatest food that you create. The gifts are perfect. All the carols are sung in tune with the words that are correct. But then some will have some imperfect Christmas paths. You know, that heritage bulb breaks. You've been working all day on this special dish to serve the family, and it burns. You get a gift that doesn't fit, whatever that might be. But if you think about it, which one do you remember? The one you did by rote, because this was a tradition, and you almost do it without thinking. Or the one that no matter how it turns out is richer because you were mindful. You really thought about it. You thought about it with your heart, everything that you were doing. And which path will reveal for you that you are that original blessing? Julian of Norwich said, God never began to love us. We have been known and loved from without beginning. Feel that. You have been known and loved without beginning. There wasn't a time that God started loving you, because we're eternal and God is love. There was never a time that you have not been known and loved. So This Christmas, as you open that door, I hope it's at least to get a glimpse of our original selves, that we are connected by love to everybody and everything, that we're not a flawed, broken, finished product, but a work of art always in the making. With that, we're going to move into a time of meditation. And I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Oh my goodness, you are so loud. And just love your body. Relax it into the chair. Maybe wiggle your fingers. Soften your hands. Soften that area around your eyes. Oh, and breathe right into those shoulders. Maybe still a little tense from walking in the cold. We allow ourselves to drift into that direction of the light. We allow ourselves to peel back those accoutrements that we have put on like a hermit crab until we finally believe that that outer appearance, what we believe others may have thought of us, is somehow the truth of who we are. We heard it enough times that somehow it concretized into our mind. As we open that door to our Christmas experience, we allow that hardness, that blockage, that anchor, albatross, to be left behind. There are no dark whispers from the past. For it's our past that has brought us to this moment, this instant. We, as God-bearing sacraments, we, as sacred, we are open to the guidance of Holy Spirit, that moving through these sacred, fun, special days, that we do get a good long glimpse of the truth of our being. That there is not a moment that we have not been loved. That there is not a moment that we have not been connected. That we have only missed the mark by looking away from the truth of our being. Within us is that great hero, Sharon, that can walk through that door proudly and humbly, knowing there is nothing that separates us from anything, anyone. That the universe practices cosmic hospitality, welcoming us for who we are, right in this place, right in this moment, even as we are growing. As we take a deep breath and relax, excited by the creativity of hope. As hope moves us forward into that which is even now beginning its creation. For this truth, for this advent of a new awareness of ourselves, we say thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. Ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Thank you, Greg, and apologies for the mix-up on the... That'll probably be our Christmas meditation song. Spiritual practice for the week with faith and hope. Each morning, try this. Identify one way that you are an original blessing. Identify one way. Open that door. And with that, I'm going to open the door to Matt to take us to that very special place that your music takes us to, that velvety voice.
Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of our night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray reaching for the day. We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man. We may not reach the ending, but we can start slowly but truly mending, brick by brick, heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man. When your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up bitter and battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but finally a city of man. A city of man.
There we go. Thank you, Matt. That was wonderful. All right. My name is Tyson. I'm your platform assistant today. And we are creating a circle of generosity. And so we want to first start by thanking everyone for their continued loving support of Unity through many, many channels, whether it's electronically or by mail or in person. Thank you. Really, thank you. Our circle grows with acts of gratitude, and these many gifts we're sharing with others. Our fourth quarter tithes are divided among our remaining nominees of Helping Women, Period, the Meta Peace Team, and the City Rescue Mission. These are all organizations focused on people helping people with their dignity, peace, and physical needs. So let's continue acknowledging our blessings as we sing, I Am So Grateful.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
Okay, next is our, what is it called? Anyway, circle of generosity. Ready? Given in love, received in love, we dedicate these gifts to do the will and the work of Holy Spirit, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. All right, this year, Unity is once again adopting a family from the MSU Pediatric and Oncology Department Details on this family's wish list are available on the side table. Over here. Over there? Way, way, way over there. If you would like to adopt a gift or two, sign next to the item and bring the wrapped gift with the person's name on it by December 16th. That's just 16 days from now, so not very long. Also, this year, we are supporting the Teen Giving Tree at the Fledge. This sounds really exciting. This is designed for teens 13 to 19, which is teens, in a single-parent household living below the poverty line. You can adopt one of these cards for a teen on the side table. Same table? Mm-hmm. Yep. Way down there? Yep. Lists are also available online, so you can go to our website and get a list of teens that really could use some help. So whatever we can do for them, that would be absolutely wonderful. Okay, this Tuesday, December 3rd, we are holding an angel remembrance service at 6:30 p.m. This is a time to remember our loved ones who are with us in spirit as we head into the holiday season. Now, this could be someone you're grieving for. It could be a pet. It could be a parent, spouse, whoever. It doesn't matter. Or it could even be for major life changes. We all have some kind of grief in our life, and this would be a wonderful place to remember and really service that. It's a quiet, introspective service with Reverend Sharon. And this will also be on Zoom, so if you can't make it in person, it's not? It is not offered on Zoom, so come here in person.
Too intimate, just make it safe. Just very intimate.
That sounds perfect. That's perfect. So come here Tuesday, 6:30, and be a part of that. Everyone is welcome. The December Unity Pulse. Oh, no. First we are going to do Lost and Found, and it's over here. Okay, over here we have, for your entertainment, I will run across the room. There are jackets, 2 coats here, and a number of dishes that were left over from the potluck. If these are yours, please come grab them. Also, there are food dishes, or there's extra food in the fridge, and there are containers for that food. It's all on the table. We need it taken, please. We don't want to throw it away.
Also, Course of Miracles is canceled. Dan and Carol.
Course of Miracles is canceled for noon today. Turn that off. Thanks. Okay, Lost and Found. Next is the December Unity Pulse newsletter. It's on your table. There's a special insert about many of this year's transformations here on Unity's campus. We have so much going on. It's a fairly large newsletter. Please take a copy with you so you have an easy reference for the holiday services. You can also check on Unity's website or sign up for the weekly e-news to keep current on what's happening. I think that is from last week. All right, so next is the peace song. Holding hands is optional. Please let's form a circle. And remember to be respectful when taking someone's hand. So we're going to...
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God is within us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Thank you. Yeah. It's missing. I was like, wait a minute, we're missing something.